Hey, how's it going my super friends? I am Emo Acebo, thanks for watching the vid. Really quick, if you're new to the channel, you like Marvel Comics, DC, and Star Wars, subscribe my man. I talk about comic books a lot, I review them, video games, the news, TV shows, anything revolving superheroes and Star Wars. Click on the little bell icon so you get notifications and you never miss my videos. So today I wanted to do a super cool, amazing video that I wanted to do a long time ago. I don't know why I never recorded this shit, but hey, this is Marvel versus DC, a classic fucking battle, of course. But this time we're gonna be talking about the gods, the mythology, the really strong characters, you know? I'm gonna be comparing two, one from Marvel, one from DC, and seeing who's the best, who's the stronger god. Let's jump right into it with the first one, a quick one, Ares versus Ares. You know, gods are really popular, and when they're introduced in the comic book world, they have to get the characters with the same name because it's the same god. It makes sense that both Marvel and DC have their own versions of the pantheon, the Greek gods. This, of course, obviously leads to people fighting over who's stronger, you know, DC or Marvel's version of the Greek god of war, Ares. And this one is pretty easy. If you're having trouble with this one, why, dude? Here's your buddy Memo. Memo's gonna tell you what's up. Even though they have the same name, it's the same guy, it's the same entity, they have differences, more differences than similarities in these two characters. DC's Ares is a manipulative god and Wonder Woman's arch nemesis. Marvel's version of the character is more like an anti-hero, who is like a warrior, more like a warrior, like Hercules and Thor, instead of an omnipotent being. So DC's Ares would outmaneuver, would demolish his counterpart at Marvel in every battle. The guy is just so strong. Another with the same name that I just mentioned right now, Hercules versus Hercules. They have Marvel and DC, like Ares, have their own versions of Hercules, while Marvel's is a heroic figuring bordering on that of a superhero. DC's is presented as a villain to Wonder Woman and the Amazons on occasion. Marvel's Hercules is the more popular version of the two, considering DC rarely uses its version anymore. The same guy, so the fight would certainly be something to behold, man. However, it is very likely that Marvel's Hercules would be ashamed at the deeds his counterpart had committed over in the DC universe. The Prince of Power would ultimately wipe the floor with the Pretender who shares his name. DC recently killed its version of the character off anyway, so that should only reinforce the results of such a battle. Some of the biggest entities in both universes, we got the Living Tribunal and the Spectre. The Living Tribunal for Marvel, he's a cosmic being that oversees all other entities in order to ensure that the universe is in order. This motherfucker lays down the law. DC's Spectre is God's spirit of vengeance. He was bonded to a human and given direction to punish those who have committed crimes. So God himself sent this mofo to punish people. Damn. Okay, the Spectre's earthly jurisdiction seems to pale in comparison to that of the Living Tribunal. He still has proven to be a being of significant power though. The Spectre was able to stand against the power of the Anti-Monitor, while the Living Tribunal has been shown to be killable. I think in the end though, the Living Tribunal's sheer power of the cosmos might be too much for even God's vengeance, the Spectre. Living Tribunal has to take this one. I was not sure who to pair this one with. I just mentioned him, the Anti-Monitor for DC. I don't know. Tell me in the comments down below who would you pair him against, but I'm gonna do Dormammu. Both of the characters are godlike rulers of the dimensions they come from. They existed far longer than any of us can imagine. Dormammu is considered to be more powerful and dangerous than even the worst demons in the known universe. The Anti-Monitor has proven to be one of the worst destroyers of the multiverse in the history of existence. Dormammu is a purely magic-based entity from the dark dimension, and the Anti-Monitor relies more on technology, creating devices to channel antimatter energy. If these two were ever to fight, it might be the complete end of all existence as we know it. However, it's Dormammu who would eventually, I think, come out on top. I know, hey, if you disagree, tell me why, man. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we know the Anti-Monitor's power limits. Dormammu's may ultimately be beyond comprehension because, you know, magic. I don't know. This was a really tough one. Okay, so this one might not be some of the most powerful entities, but it's really funny. Each comic book universe is watched over by a mysterious group of powerful cosmic entities, you know? Marvel's the Watchers, and DC's Guardians of the Universe. We know the Watchers take a passive approach to guardianship, you know, they just witness incredibly important events in the universe. The Guardians, on the other hand, they take a more active role. They founded the Green Lantern Corps and help carry on peace. Both groups are really powerful with their abilities to mix advanced technology and inherent abilities. I think in a direct battle, you know, the Watchers have the advantage when it comes to numbers, since there's a large group of them compared to the small council that makes up the Guardians. But given the control over the Green Lanterns and the power itself they have, the Guardians come out on top in the end. It wasn't a big debate, it was just really funny that I just put the two mysterious group of people. I don't know. And finally, one of the biggest battles in DC versus Marvel, Darkseid and Thanos. The fight that everyone wants to see if a battle between villains existed. Darkseid, Thanos, the two bad guys are so similar in a lot of ways, mostly because James Starlin based Thanos directly on Jack Kirby's Darkseid. They each have their own strengths and weaknesses, but a battle between them would really come down to a lot of different factors, man. We know Thanos is not a god. He's not typically a god. He did become an avatar of death at one point and is basically incapable of dying. This being said, Darkseid is far more powerful in a straight fight, dude. It's just pure power. Then you have to bring in other factors, like if Thanos has the Infinity Gauntlet, it's just bye-bye Darkseid. He's just dead. Or if Darkseid has the anti-life equation, then Thanos is bye-bye. So in the end, I think just throwing them in the arena with nothing, Darkseid probably overpower Thanos, but I don't think he can really truly kill him. Tell me in the comments down below if you think this fight would go other ways. And that's it, my friends. Those were 5 of the biggest Marvel vs. DC gods. I know there's a bunch more, but super long video if you want me to include more. Tell me in the comments what fights you wanted me to talk about or would you like to see. I am Memo Sebo. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please click the like button. Share the video with some friends. Follow me on my social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. More content coming your way. Subscribe so you don't miss anything. Click on the bell icon. That way you don't miss the videos. And of course, I'll see you in the next one.